Hey everybody, it's Terry Records.
Hi, it's Jason Nordhogen.
And guess what? We're doing tiny house. Should you rent it, flip it, or run right now today? And I want to teach you something about tiny houses and another lesson. You know what? Sometimes things aren't convenient, and we were told to come see this property. It's back on the market. It's in Fort Myers. It's close to the beach. It's an older 1960s neighborhood because you know what? When they built these neighborhoods originally, they were closer to the beach, so that's why the older neighborhoods are closer to the beach area. So this house came up for sale today, or back on the market today, and it's 125,000. And so we came over to see it, to see, you know, what you could do with it. But more importantly, it's a tiny house. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it's less than 1,000 square feet. It's less than 900 square feet. But you know what? We can tell if this is a good deal or not just from the outside, because you know what? The agent didn't call back. It said, get here and call her. She'll give you the combo. And I've been calling and calling. And of course, we can't get in. But rather than let a good deal go awry, let's take a peek at it. So let's look in these windows. And so it's a small house. And so my point is with these tiny houses, okay, so it's a little living room with some tile, okay? And, but see, most people think tiny houses have to be on wheels. And the problem is with tiny houses on wheels is you can't get financing, right? And the RV parks really don't want some of those houses in. You know, they're changing the rules as everything goes. But my point is people are attracted to tiny houses because it's a lifestyle choice, right? A lot of us don't need the space that we used to need, right? And less is better, right? And so if my point on this is that if we do a small house like this, you can renovate it with a rehab loan and get it absolutely the way you want it. So for example, this is 800, under 900 square feet. So just peeking through the window, and we'll take you on a tour through the backyard at least in a couple seconds. But okay, so we do nice flooring throughout, 800, 900 square feet times 4, less than $3,000 to do the flooring, right? So the same thing. So let's do the painting. We can add some nice baseboards. We can add some coat molding on the top, add 2,000 for that. But then let's paint it great, right? So then we're still under $3,000. So $5,000 for paint and really upgrading it. You could even remove some of the kitchen wall. The kitchen's kind of in a little tunnel and give it an open feeling. So a small kitchen in the bath in a house like this, for less than $12,000, you could do the kitchen and the bath, right?
And driving in here, it was a very nice.
It was
quiet,
really
old neighborhood.
It
very
was,
nice.
but it was really close to the beach area too.
Yes.
So it does not have a pool. We're going to go look at the backyard. One thing you do have to be concerned with an older house that it's probably in a flood area. A lot of Florida is something called the 50% rule, right? And so what you want to do is if you're going to renovate it and you renovate more than 50% of its value, so then that triggers it and you have to bring everything up to code, which means you have to bring up the elevations too. So you don't want to do that much. You want to be real careful, and within a 5-year period, you got to check those rules out when you're renovating older houses in historic and in flood zone areas, right? That's a nationwide FEMA thing. So with that, you could actually add a pool on the back of this. It's got an old porch that's fallen apart. It's enclosed. You could either open it up and make it a screen porch, or you could open it up and put a pool on the back for another 35, 40 grand, right? And then it could be a little cute vacation rental. You wouldn't have a lot into it. So, depending on whether you ended up putting on a pool or not, you'd probably have 25, 30 into the whole thing.
Yeah.
At the most.
And that would be really nicely done because it's not a big project. It's fairly small, which is interesting.
So it's kind of an interesting deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you around a little. We're going to take a walk around despite this realtor who didn't give us the combo to get in. We're going to go take a peek at it. And what we want to do is educate you guys on should you rent it, flip it, or run? And we're going to have you vote at the end what you would do with this property, right? The other thing I like about it is a rehab loan. So if you're going to live in it, or sometimes even for an investor, you can do a rehab loan and float all of those costs into it. So have it all in one loan with one down payment. So let's think about it. 125, we put in, say we're not going to do the pool, we're going to do $30,000 worth of repair. We probably would not trigger the 50% rule, so we'd be okay, right? But we would have a loan in the 155 range, our down payments, 3.5% down FHA, or conventional 5% down. So as you can see, it's got an older AC.
But it's a nice solid block foundation.
Yep.
And walls.
You probably are going to replace this AC, so figure out it's a small house. It's probably just 3,000 or 4,000.
The paint is all chipped, but if you wanted to save that, it would not be hard to scrape it.
This is all rotted though, Jason. You didn't come in here.
Oh, is it rotted on the inside?
Yeah, this is just a little icky porch.
Oh yeah.
So I would either open it up, or you could redo it. You could actually make it a screen porch as well, a lanai. And as you can see, the kitchen's a little galley down here. It's just tiny. You could maybe open it up a little visually, and then a couple bedrooms to the side. So not a big house, but it's a tiny house. So this is tiny house Florida style. So tell me, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to rent it, flip it, or run? Vote in the comments. And I see some of you guys are watching, so thanks for joining us. But I don't know, I think it's a kind of interesting project. I think it's pretty easy. It'd be nice to get inside, right? But heck, sometimes this happens and we put offers in anyway because, you know what, we're probably within a few $1,000s of being right on our numbers just from eyeballing it, right?
And if somebody, it actually looks from what I'm seeing that if somebody wanted to just put in $5,000 or $6,000 for painting and freshening up, you could rent it out.
Yeah.
You know, that's without checking mechanicals, but it would be nice to really renovate it.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Right. Yeah. So who knows? What are you going to do? Rent it, flip it, or run? Now, if you'd like to follow us, please follow us. And you're going to be taken to our YouTube channel eventually. Look for us on YouTube. Should you rent it, flip it, or run? And be sure you click the bell so that you're alerted to new episodes. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks.